Hey everyone, it's Justin here, Voices for Voices. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and for your constant support, watching, listening from one of over 100 countries and over 1,000 cities across the world. Let's see if together we can make it, and let's reach out and see if we can reach over 300 countries and territories and over 3,000 cities across the world. I know we can do it. We're here because of you. You're watching, you're listening, you're sharing. People are paying attention. And we are, again, we're very grateful to have this opportunity to come to you on the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. It's so amazing to think that the work that we do and how small of an organization, how few people we have on staff, how few dollars and cents we have. We're literally just blowing by goals on a zero budget model. Uh, when the going gets tough, tough gets going. And we want to thank each and every one of you, whether you're on our side or whether you're against us. We have nothing but love from us to you as human beings. So thank you for joining us. Well, I guess whatever your prerogative is to be to be watching. What we're going to do on this particular episode is we're going to dissect a little bit a song that just came out recently in preparation for an album release. And again, I guess first and foremost, this is not a Voices for Voices song. We're not trying to claim it's ours because it's not. It's a song that we were made aware of, and we just want to talk through it as the mental health side, as a parent, and what that looks like. You may probably know the artist that is coming out with this album, and this song is on. So we're gonna just jump right in. So what we have uncovered is a a song uh, by Nick Jonas. So Jonas Brothers. Anybody heard of them? Maybe you have. Uh, and Nick is what it appears to be coming out with a fresh new album in February of 2026, which is just in a matter of a few short weeks, couple short weeks, depending on when exactly it comes out, right? So sometimes release dates get pushed back, sometimes they get moved up. But what it's looking like is, the first or second week, maybe in February. And so this is a song from the album that Nick Jonas is going to be coming out with to the public. And the song is titled Gut Punch. So, like, I guess if like somebody were to hit us in the gut, I guess would be how that how that goes, I guess. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to read through the lyrics, and again, for all the copyright infringement people out there, I'm not claiming this song is Voices for Voices at all. This is Nick Jonas' song. It is a song that looks to be coming on his upcoming album, and we just want to talk about uh, how and how it comes together, talking about fatherhood and maybe some mental health uh, parts as we go through. So first thing I'm going to do is read through the lyrics. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go part by part. So there's verses, there's chorus, there's post-chorus, another verse, uh, another chorus, another post-chorus. There's a bridge, a chorus, and an outro. So I will cue up each part as we get there. So again, this is Nick Jonas' song titled Gut Punch, Gutpunch. So this is verse one. And again, I'm not gonna uh, this isn't one of my times where I'm gonna try to sing this, or I'm just gonna read. Okay. Verse one, I think my hair stopped growing. Is that even a thing? Haven't lost any of it, but something ain't the same. Maybe it's a metaphor. Is it even that deep? I think my hair stopped growing, or is it me? I called Phil a couple times. He's probably sick of me. He said, go easy on yourself. But what does that even mean? Sounds like good advice, but I just can't hear it right now. The chorus hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How did I get so good at being mean to myself? I should turn down the heat. I should turn the heat down, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. And then the post chorus is hit me like a, hit me like a. Verse 2, when the hell did I start trying to be perfect and people pleasing? Is it ever really worth it? Fake smiling just to pass the time. It's the only way I've been getting by. Looked at myself and I can't even recognize who I am behind those eyes. One big disguise. Chorus hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How did I get so good at being mean to myself? I should turn the heat down, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. Post chorus hit me like a bridge. Now, what would it be like if I just tried being nice to the person that I'm seeing in the mirror? Yeah, if you find that inner child, haven't seen him for a while, let him know he's doing fine. Chorus, hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How did I get so good at being mean to myself? I should turn the heat down, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. Outro, hit me like a yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit me like a gut punch. Yeah. So the So the song Gut Punch by Nick Jonas is what we just finished reading the lyrics off of Genius. That's genius.com/Nick Jonas gut punch lyrics. So that is where we found this song. Again, this is not a Voices for Voices song. This is a Nick Jonas song, and this is a song that was brought to us recently, and we thought it would be a good idea to, again, as we're in 2026. So we are going to have episodes that are going to have little different twists sometimes to them, and so this is one of them. So this album is looking to be released by Nick Jonas sometime in February of 2026. So very shortly. Uh, Looks like the name of the album is going to be called Sunday Best. So Sunday, like the day of the week, and then Best, Best. The producer, if everything is accurate on this webpage, Ryan Daly, Ryandally. So we're going to start at the top and put some of our thoughts behind what we think parts of the song might mean and how it might relate to our own lives, because that happens a lot where uh, music tends to transcend countries. Uh, it transcends everything, right? It's music. So when you see or hear of a particular band or artist or musician that's traveling, from my home country, the United States, to other countries, other cities across the world, music is a big uniter, and that's what we do here at Voices for Voices. So, as we get started here on verse one, where Nick's song says, "I think my hair stopped growing. Is that even a thing? Haven't lost any of it, but something ain't the same. Maybe it's a metaphor, or is it even that deep? I think my hair stopped growing, or is it me?" I think this part, for me, again, we're talking our opinions on this song. So it's not our song, but we're just offering opinions, and I can very much relate on I think my hair stopped growing, where things that would stay relatively constant. So whether, I mean, I'm thinking back in the days when my hair would grow longer, and then it would grow in not just longer, but more like the thickness. It would be thicker as well. Uh, and my hair, obviously, growing up now in my 40s isn't quite the same. There's also these gray hairs that tend to come in, or have they come in more than what I'd like, and so this hair uh, part of the song of that my hair stopped growing. Uh, I haven't lost any of it, but something ain't the same. So it seems like Nick's just noticing there's just something that's just there's something just different that's going on at this point in time. Uh, in hair is something, we just think of hair, it grows and then it gets trimmed, or sometimes it gets shaved all the way off. If there are maybe certain um health challenges, uh, or an individual just decides that they just want to shave their hair off and be bald. And so it's really just thinking about that growing and then that trimming, that growing and that trimming, growing and then that maybe coloring the hair, or getting a perm, or those types of things. And so Nick in this part of the song is doing a lot of searching. It seems like hair stop growing. Is that really it? Is that even a thing? Like, can it stop growing? Uh, so that's kind of that first thought. The then the next area, I called Phil a couple times. He's probably sick of me. I don't know who Phil is, uh who he's referring to. I don't know if he's referring to Dr. Phil McGraw. I don't know. Uh, but this part, I called Phil a couple times. He's probably sick of me. And he said, meaning Phil, go easy on yourself. So this Phil, whether it's Dr. Phil McGraw or a different Phil, is telling Nick, uh, hey, hey, no, you're I'm I'm not sick of hearing from you. That's kind of implied. And then saying, go easy on yourself. It's it's easy in life to go hard on ourselves. It's easy to have these thoughts of what's going on, the hair symbolism growing, and did it stop growing? Is that even a thing? And then here he has Phil, uh, whichever Phil he's talking about, saying, "Hey, just go easy on yourself. Like everything's okay. You're good. Um, it's it's okay." Um, and then Nick says, "Sounds like good advice, but I just can't hear it right now." Um, I've experienced this before, where receiving, information, advice at various times, where like, man, yeah, that sounds like good advice, but I don't know, like, if that is something that if I should do it, or it just kind of passes through my mind. You might have heard, I've heard over the years, in one ear out the other, where we're talking to somebody and they may be talking and sharing or offering advice, help, trying to be helpful. And for whatever reason, whether we want to or not, that this advice or this conversation, what we're hearing, it feels like we're not able to hear it, because it feels like it's just going, like I can't actually hear it where it sticks in my mind, or I can think about it at a little deeper of a level. So Nick saying, yeah, yeah, Phil, you're saying go easy on yourself. But what does that mean? What does that even mean? Go easy on yourself. And I can relate, uh, where it sounds easy. It says go easy on yourself. Things sound easy to somebody on the outside of, well, why did you do that? Or why would you be thinking that? Or why wouldn't you try this instead of that? Uh, and so this whole list, like questioning of, if we talk about, uh, being a parent, being a mother, a father, of I'm trying to do the best I can, and maybe it's not good enough, uh, or well, where can I get this, quick help? And yes, there's a lot of books and a lot of, coaches out there that, say that they can help, and yeah, they probably help a lot of people. But at the end of the day, we got to believe it ourselves. So the person who wrote the book or who's given the talk, or having a show, they've believed in it. That's why they're doing their thing. But it's up to us to get to the point where we have to believe it. And so I think that's what Nick might be referring to. It sounds like good advice. I just can't hear it right now. Uh, yeah, so let's move on to the chorus. They hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. Whatever symbolism we want to use, Nick's using a gut punch. Uh, kind of taking the wind out of our sail, out of uh, just out of our body, like the just taking the wind out. He's got to slow down, take some deep breaths, and just take it easy. It talks about hurting his own feelings. He says, I hurt my own feelings. How many of us have hurt our own feelings? Uh, I, I've definitely done that. Um, Maybe you haven't, maybe you have, I don't know. But I know I have. And so sometimes it's something that we've heard, or we're, on social media and we're seeing whatever these what look to be perfect pictures and stories, and like, oh my gosh, these people, like, they're just living like on the beach all the time. They're uh well, driving this car, or they're doing these things, and uh it's easy for us to to hurt our own feelings, because what do we do? What's one of the biggest things we do as human beings is we judge, and we look at others and we judge and go, oh, like I may have done, maybe I was able to rent a car as nice as I'm seeing on social media. But at that current time, if I'm not driving that car, which I'm not, um, again, I said I rented it, so a couple days. Um, it's like we're hurting our own feelings by continuing to look at these photos, these videos, these reels, these stories. Uh, or we could have just taken something out of context that somebody may have said to us. Uh, uh, I again, I know I've done that, and it's hard. We're trying to do the best we can, the best way we know how, and we're hearing bits and pieces with conversations with others, but are we letting it sink in? Or are we not? Are we second guessing the other person or the other people? And then that makes us second guess ourselves. So this is deep, but we just got verse one in the chorus. Uh, and really, the second part of the chorus says, I should turn the heat down, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. So at the beginning, he said, of the chorus, Nick Jonas says, hit me like a gut punch. So knocking the wind out of me. I hurt my own feelings. I'm telling myself something and it's hurting my feelings. And then it might make me want to close down and yeah, just close down. And then I said, how do I get so good at being mean to myself? Well, we know what buttons to push on our minds, and whether we know it or not, uh, we we do it. We do it from time to time. And I'm speaking for myself. Uh, hurting my own feelings. There's a lot of times where we may not do it on purpose, but we just do. And then we say, how do we get so good at it? Well, because we've done it before. And so it's kind of like this whole, if it's an athletic team, an athletic sport, the more you practice in general, the the better outcomes are going to happen. And so it's kind of the same thing here in the chorus where it says, hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How'd I get so good at being mean to myself? Because I've done to myself over and over and over and over and over and over and over again over the years or months or days or weeks. So that's what I would say. So, whether it's about being a parent, of uh, trying to have our child or children around uh, know the right friends and the right people and the right situations. And sometimes, we can't control all the variables. I know I've done that and been that way. And then obviously saying, hey, let's just turn the heat down. Let's just chill out and and just live. And then at the end of the chorus says, damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. So then we're reinforcing how we're internalizing the conversation in our own mind. Uh, then the post-chorus, there's hit me like and then verse two, Nick Jonas is talking, why the hell did I start trying to be perfect? And as we know, nobody's perfect, and he knows that as well. So he's not claiming to be perfect. But like a lot of us, even though we know that to be a fact that nobody else is perfect on earth, um, it's like, when did I start trying to be? And he also talks about people pleasing. Is people pleasing ever worth it? I would say no. Um, that's really how Voices for Voices came to be. I wasn't even trying to like please others as much as I was trying to please myself with certain jobs and certain titles and uh, working at organization where I could do some traveling and those types of things where it's like who, who do I report to? Like what am I here on earth to do? Like why am I still here at age 44? there's got to be there's got to be a bigger reason why I'm still alive, other than just, again, we've talked about it before. We go to bed and we wake up and then we do things and then we do more things and then we go to bed and then it just the that repetition just continues over and over again. Uh, and then the next line says fake smiling just to pass the time. You're the fake smiling, or just that, that, I don't want to say like reclusive, but just kind of turning inward to ourselves, uh, to pass the time. And then Nick says here, verse 2, it's the only way he's been getting by. This fake smiles and people pleasing, whether that's family, whether that's outsiders. Uh, when did, trying to be perfect come about? Uh, Man, this so relates to so much for me, with mental health and as a parent. Uh, and then the last two lines of verse 2 are very telling. So looked at myself, I can't even recognize. So he's looking at himself. I'm thinking, I don't want to assume, but for me, the way I see that, or see this line, the verse 2, where I'm looking in the mirror and I don't even recognize myself because somewhere, some way, I've veered off the beaten path for whatever reason or reasons. And then the last line here, verse 2, who am I behind those eyes? One big disguise. So that's where I'm picturing for myself. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm not seeing who I feel I want to be, whether that's as a parent, whether that's professional in the community, uh, with our shows, with trying to help over 3 billion people and reach over 300 countries from 100 countries, and to help reach over 3,000 cities across the world and not just over 1,000 cities. And so we have this in our mind of, well, here's what I think I'm doing. But then I look at myself in the mirror potentially and go, whoa, like that doesn't that doesn't look like the person that I'm trying to be. And yeah, it says I got who am I behind these eyes? One big disguise, just as if somebody's, I don't know, Halloween or uh, like, whatever the, TV show or the holiday, where it's like, oh, I look like I'm wearing one big disguise, and I may be. And is that what I want to be? And then the chorus comes back in, hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How did I get so good at being mean to myself? I should turn down the heat, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. Post chorus, hit me like a, and then here comes the bridge part of the song. Now, what would it be like if I just tried being nice? So previously, it's how to get so good about not being so nice to myself. And then now we're slowly moving in the other direction of, well, what would it be like if I just tried being nice to find to the person that I'm seeing in the mirror? So when I said about seeing myself in the mirror, and right here he has Nick Jonas has this part in the song, uh, and then the last three lines, the bridge. If you find that inner child, where you have that drive and determination, and I want to do all these things, and I want to, whether it's getting a degree from a university or a college, or starting my own business in the trades, and be an electrician or HVAC rep, or it, it's like if you find that person, I haven't seen them for a while. Where they go? And I'll bring in my opinion here. It falls so much in line with my own life in instances where growing up, you have all these goals and doing these things. And obviously, when sports weren't working out for me and I wasn't getting the grades, I thought about joining the military. And then I went to college and then almost flunked out, I guess is the way to like put it, where I would be in college for like 10 years probably if I wouldn't have gotten my act together. Uh, so I went on to actually be a better student, I don't know, be a better person, I guess, from because being a better student meant that I was able to help people when I was in group settings, even though I didn't really care for group projects. Because I always ended up, at least what I felt, that I was always the one that was picking up all the slack in a group project. But I felt like I was doing some good by doing that to get the project done. And And so then I graduated in with my undergrad. Then it took me, I think, 6 months or so because I didn't have an internship. It took me, I think it was 6 months after I graduated college, till I got my first job. And then I went back to school, got my master's. Uh, and then it was at that point when there was a a workforce reduction at the company I was working with or working at. And so I think that might be part of like where like a lot of the nerves started really to come in, where every day I would come into work after that day that people were being walked out the door saying you don't have a job anymore. Good luck. And so I was always on edge after that. I mean, I might have been on edge before that, but that's when I really feel that it, I started to feel it, that I was on edge, like, oh my gosh, what if that happens next month or next quarter? Uh, and so then that caused me to look for other employment because it's like, well, I need to go to another company because this would not happen at another company. Um, News alert, it does. It happens on just about every company. I'm not saying every single company, but a lot of companies it happens to. So I was wrong in that thinking. And then it was at that point when I was like, okay, I went to college. I got my undergrad. I turned it around. I became a real good student. And then I got my master's degree, my MBA, master's in business administration. And then I was like, well, what next? And so I automatically was thinking, well, not everybody, a lot of people that I was in the master's program with, they were getting promotions after they finished their degree, and I wasn't. And so I was like, well, there must be something wrong with me, uh, or I'm not being valued or something. And and so then the decisions really, because I'd always had like these goals, like finish undergrad once I got turned around, then find a job, then find or go back to school and get my master's. And it was after that point I was like, now what? Like, is this what I'm going to do the rest of my life? Is this work? And I wasn't enjoying it at that point. So when Nick says and got this song Gut Punch, if you find an inner child, haven't seen him for a while, let him know he's doing fine. I could have, oh my gosh. And maybe I did hear somebody say this. And again, I just thought I knew everything, which is totally not the case at all for anybody. But I'm admitting it. I have no problem admitting it. And and so basically, this song is saying, tell that inner child, have that drive, that determination. Uh, you're doing all right. I always learned when I first started to lift weights, and I I, I could get back into that. That would be a good thing for me. When I was first started to lift weights, one of the one of the gentlemen that was in there seemed to be almost around the same times that I was in the gym. He would just say, because we would lift weights, and then we would say, "Oh, I maxed out," meaning I was able to do one repetition of whatever this weight is, 100 pounds, 200, whatever that number is. And he would always tell me, he said, "Justin, like you're doing great, but try not to let this be the end all be all," meaning that there's always going to be somebody, or just about always, is there going to be somebody that's going to be stronger than you. So if you're doing this particular exercise, 200 pounds one time, somebody's going to come in and do 205 pounds one time. And then when I start doing 205, somebody's going to do 210. And, and at the time, I was just like, oh, yeah, like, of course. But it wasn't getting through to my mind. I was still just thinking like, oh, I'm good. That's fine but then I would get this competitive nature of trying to do more and more and more. And when I was finding where I couldn't, lift more and more and more, kind of hit like this plateau. It was like, okay, my professional life was stopped. There was very few. I could have went for my PhD. I could have, there's all different trainings and different things, but I was really at a plateau there. And then I was at a plateau at my job because I wasn't really on a rotation of getting promoted within the next couple of years. And so what I don't know if, that how much of that encouragement of like you're doing fine, you're doing all right. Like you're doing fine. It was I had this competitive spirit, and there always was something next that I was able to like focus my mind on. So So when Nick says in Gut Punch here, or Nick Jonas says, if you find that inner child, haven't seen him for a while, let him know he's doing fine. That 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 part is me to a T. And then the chorus. So as we start finishing out the song, hit me like a gut punch. I hurt my own feelings. How did I get so good at being mean to myself? I should turn down the heat, tell myself to chill out. Damn, I really hate the way I talk to myself. And then the outro goes, hit me like yeah, yeah, oh, oh, yeah. Hit me like a gut punch. Oh, 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 yeah. So the album coming out in February by Nick Jonas called Sunday Best, produced by Ryan Daly. And it looks like this is going to Gut Punch, this song that we just kind of did a review uh, of kind of like my mental health and parenting and school and accomplishments and how my life relates to this song Gut Punch from Nick Jonas. And it, we're just going to close out by saying that it is, it's just so, it's, we take ourselves so seriously. We take ourselves so seriously that, man, life is so short. There's, it's just so short. And this song is a perfect reflection for me of kind of bad mouthing myself inside my head. Like, okay, what are you going to screw up next time, Justin? What are you going to screw up today? What are you going to, are you going to amount to anything? Anything else? Is this it? And so that's why I'm doing all kinds of uh, why we decided with the organization to really look at some different avenues, which you've seen some of them so far. So you've seen the shows, right? So this is the lifeblood of the organization, the foundation, the Voices for Voices, TV show and podcast. Again, if you can hit that subscribe button, give us thumbs up, like, follow, share. Reach out to 25 of your closest friends, family, followers, let them know. We want to reach that goal of hitting and reaching over 300 countries across the world, over 3,000 cities across the world, from up from 1,000 cities where we're at now, just over 1,000 cities across the world. And we want to help over 3 billion people over the course of my lifetime and beyond. And we can't do that alone. We can only do that with your help. And it's because of your demand of watching and listening that we're even still here doing our shows. We're doing TikTok lives from time to time. We're doing we've published a few books. Look for more on that front. That there's going to be additional media that's going to be coming, because we really are. We're voices for voices. I'm lucky I'm able to speak somewhat somewhat decently, but there's some that aren't. And so I'm trying just to do the best that I can with the gifts that, I'm a believer in God. You don't have to be. Uh, but I feel like this is a gift that I'm at least able to speak. And while it doesn't always make sense, uh, I know I'm not perfect. I say I say like. I say so. I get it, but I'm being a human being because that's what I am. I'm a human being. Uh, so thank you for joining us on this show. So much appreciated. We have nothing but love coming from us to you, no matter where you're at in the world. No matter if you're a believer or not, you believe in a higher power, that's not for us to question at all. We are we're sharing what we're sharing, and we can what we're one of our kind of big overarching goals is we just want to help people. We want to unite people. We don't want to divide people. And this is one way we can do it, where we can talk through music. So I want to thank Nick Jonas for writing the song Gut Punch, but wish him all the best with not only that single, but his upcoming his upcoming album, Sunday Best. We hope nothing but the best, success, prosperity, health, um, and just by having the lyrics available, we're able to talk through things and it how they relate to us. And I just want to say thank you. And we are open to having Nick on our show. If you want to be on, you got a slot. We'll make it happen. So until next time, this is Justin Allen Hayes with Voices for Voices. Let's celebrate the voices of everybody from coast to coast, the ocean, I mean, all across the world. And lastly, let's be a voice for you or somebody else in need. Thank you. Take care. God bless the United States and God bless you wherever you may be across this beautiful planet Earth. We love you and we invite you to come back for another episode. Take care. Bye bye.